What's up, everybody? Welcome to my channel. Welcome to all the new subscribers. Welcome back to the old subscribers. I'm doing some 3-card spreads for the truth or the secret in a situation, what's helping and influencing, and what you need to release and move away from. And on the water side, so Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. Starting with Cancer. Trying to have the clarity about a situation where you're not really satisfied or another person wasn't, and you feel like you're struggling, and this person doesn't want to change anything about this. And you just feel like giving up and like somebody doesn't love you, or there's just some kind of loss here, or something that you depended on that didn't work out. And the truth is that there was probably a relationship or a marriage that there was a pretty big change that came in, and you just kind of feel like things got out of control, and you put a lot of time and effort into this, and you're just not really sure. Maybe you're not seeing something, or maybe you should do something on your own. The truth or the secret in the situation is the Ace of Swords with the Six of Swords. The truth is that you kind of already had the clarity about this, and you kind of have a new idea. But the secret is that maybe someone else is going to take it and run with it, or that maybe you need to relocate, or move this forward, or just kind of move forward with this and have confidence, that maybe this can bring in something new for you somewhere else. And what's helping or influencing the situation, you have the Eight of Wands with the Page of Swords. I just feel like there was a conversation, or there was some kind of situation where you kind of changed directions really fast because you heard about something, you found out about something, and you kind of just had enough. If this was a situation where you thought these people were your friends, you just don't understand why somebody would do that, and it's like, maybe it's time to move on to a different place, or a different situation where maybe the communication isn't so hasty, and you feel like someone just let you down. And what you need to release or move away from, you have the Page of Cups with the Chariot. So you're in the right direction because this is your card, and I think that you have a new, you're kind of in your head a little bit, or maybe you just realize that you're kind of on a journey, but maybe you need to change directions and get out of whatever situation you're in right now. You feel like people just betrayed you, and there's just too much arguing, and there's no direction, and no one really supports you. And for what you need to move away from, you have the Eight of Pentacles with the Knight of Cups. So I think that you were trying to change how you were doing things. You were trying to change how you um, I think that maybe there's someone who kind of wants to go to school because there's a new idea, or maybe it's about, giving someone this proposal after you kind of put some more time into this. It's kind of an investment, but you're not really sure about, if it's going to bring in an offer, or if you should if it will set you back, and you're just like, you need to make a decision about this, but you're kind of moving away from this situation where you're at.
Hi guys.
Go to bed. And I think that someone has a lot of fear and worry because this is kind of a crisis situation, and I think that someone doesn't really have, like, they have mixed feelings, or they just don't know how to have the confidence in this because they feel like there's something they're missing, and what if they're waiting for the wrong thing, or maybe they're needing things to be evenly distributed instead of arguing and being the one who kind of is losing out financially. And I think that, the Wheel of Fortune is going to be moving in your favor, but you got to figure out, like, be careful what you do with your money, and be careful who you're investing in. Hey, stop. No. Be careful who you're investing in, because I feel like there's some manipulation here, and it might leave you kind of stuck in a situation where you're not going to really find out the truth until afterwards. And I think that you need to have some more clarity, and maybe accept that there's not really stability in this, and that you can have reliable people in another direction, or that you can still have this victory, but it might have to be on your own. All right, Aiden, go upstairs. And I think that you don't really want to make a hasty decision, but you do want to go into partnership with someone, and maybe you're just thinking that maybe you should do it yourself. I think that there is some financial failure here, and maybe someone's listening to the wrong people. I said go upstairs, and there's just too much of something going on here, and maybe people are too concerned about themselves and the money instead of being a leader and making good sense of money. Scorpio, what is the truth or the secrets in the situation? What is helping or influencing this, and what do you need to release and move away from? The bottom is the Seven of Pentacles, so something that you want to invest in, but maybe you're realizing that the people that you're around are not really afraid to lose you. They're more about receiving money instead of putting the time into gaining it. Or maybe that's what someone thinks about you. And I think that some of you guys are trying to be patient, but maybe you've been waiting for a change here. I think there's some kind of jealousy here. The bottom, Four of Wands with the Ten of Pentacles. So this is a situation where, you kind of wanted this stability in this situation. Maybe there was a relationship, maybe there was a lot of things and time invested into this, but it's also kind of some past energy, and you're not really sure if, you know, you should walk away from this, or if this person can commit, or, you know, what is really going on. And the truth and the secret of the situation is that the Six of Swords, the truth is that maybe someone needs to leave, someone needs to go to a different place, or someone needs to go somewhere where they can grow and not be surrounded by deception and, you know, feeling like you're not seeing things or people around you because you're not really supported in the right way. And then you have the Star card in reverse. There's a lot of arrogance here. There's a lot of insecurity and feeling discouraged, and like, you know, there's some depression. And I think that there's not much more of yourself you could give to a situation, even though, you know, you did put some time into this. You're just not really getting anything out of it. And I think that your focus is on other things, and maybe there's just too many responsibilities and there's a need to kind of heal from some things. What is helping or influencing the situation is the Knight of Swords and the Five of Pentacles. So some kind of decision or travel here that's going to come in really fast, and it might be some words spoken, and it might end up being a situation where someone has health issues or someone kind of needs you because of the situation that they're in. But maybe it's about kind of taking control of it and not being afraid to do things on your own. What is something you need to release or move away from? You have the Ten of Cups with the Seven of Cups and the Seven of Wands and the Ten of Swords. There's confusion because, you know, you wanted a situation where you'd be supportive, where you could be happy, and it's like, this is, you know, something you want to figure out what makes you happy and what you want to do, but you're surrounded by people who aren't really for your greatest good, you know, and it's time to kind of take a break from this, I think, because you're confused and you don't really know what decision to make, because you feel like you have to be defensive all the time. Like, you're constantly defending yourself, and you're just like, well, maybe I should just do this on my own since no one wants to support me, or no one wants to kind of improve the situation. And the the Ten of Swords, get out of my room. The Ten of Swords is kind of like, there's people kind of intentionally throwing swords in your back and just kind of sitting there waiting for you to see if you're going to get up from this, you know, and they're putting you in this crisis state, putting you in this confusion. Out. And I think that you're just about ready to jump ship because of how people are controlling and manipulating things and kind of taking your power. But I think that there was something that you needed to recognize in things around you, and that you needed to see things for what they were to kind of free yourself from this energy, and kind of being in an illusion where you could be really happy, but in reality, you're not. You're just kind of feeling like there's some trouble in paradise here, you know, kind of the opposite of being happy, or wondering why you're still sitting here, because there's a lot of immaturity, there's a lot of manipulation and deception and just chaotic behavior, and there really isn't, it's like you punished yourself enough. You've done this for so long and you don't really want to do it anymore, regardless of who it is. And, regardless of who you lose. Because it's just like there's all these illusions all the time and you're just like, there's so many problems that are coming in and it's like throwing off your focus. Pisces, what is Pisces? What is the truth? What is helping or influencing? And what do you need to release or move away from? Whoa. Queen of Cups in reverse. It could be a mother who is really smothering and dependent on you, or some other thing and kind of emotionally abusive. So there's some arguing and it's like you're trying to fix this situation, but a part of you just wants to run away from it because you know that you've kind of seen the truth in this now, or you will be, and you kind of want to speak your truth. Whoa. I think you just want to start over new somewhere, there's some healing that's needed, or just figure out where stability is. Page of Cups is at the bottom. So I think that there's some kind of, either someone had a baby or there's some kind of idea, maybe doing a volunteer job, or that's what you feel like you're doing because you're not really sure how to bring money in at this point, or you're feeling like you're losing no matter what you do. The truth or the secret in the situation is the Hanged Man, the King of Pentacles in reverse. Hanging on to people that are maybe jealous of your success or not really following through on what they said they were going to do, and you're kind of taking all these losses because someone else is really greedy and impulsive, or maybe you need to realize that you need to go to bed. Maybe there's someone who doesn't have a job and they're dependent on you and they're kind of only concerned about themselves. Go upstairs now. 1. What's helping or influencing the situation is the Emperor and the Moon card in reverse. You've had clarity about this and you realize that these people are, while they're someone that you respect, it could be your father, there's just not a whole lot of structure now because there really isn't leadership or action being taken here. It's just something's not being said and you're kind of waiting for things to get better, but it's kind of abusive situation now, especially mentally for someone. And I think that some of you guys are going to be leaving just abruptly without telling anyone because you don't really want to get caught, but you don't really want to fight with these people anymore. And some of you guys just really feel like you regret something. You just feel lost and like nobody loves you, and you just kind of want that friendship and, be with people you're supposed to be with. But you keep running into people who are emotionally unreliable and really immature and codependent and dependent on you, and it's just fucking you up. What do you need to release or move away from? You have the Six of Pentacles in reverse and the Page of Wands in reverse. Getting out of the situations where it's one-sided, where you're doing everything and you're not getting anything out of it. Stop struggling in situations where you're giving too much. You're working your ass off and you're still not really getting ahead. And it's because there needs to be some boundaries here, and not being afraid to voice your opinion to your boss and realize that, sometimes authority figures or people that we respect or whatever the case may be, have their own issues and their own reasons for doing things, and there's a lot of financial failure here because someone maybe did the wrong thing, or someone lost a job, or you know, you've noticed something about somebody, and maybe you haven't really voiced your opinion, but you've had clarity about this, and you don't really want to fight with these people, but you're definitely ready to walk away because you've accepted it and you just want to have peace of mind, because you love someone, and they mean a lot to you, and you want them to keep their house or whatever the case may be. But there's also some things that the water signs need to release, and there's some things that really are making us unhappy, and we're trying to fix them, but it's just making it worse, and we need to get away from this negative energy. People that don't support us, people that just cause arguments and stress us out even more, because of the things that they're doing literally on purpose. And it's time to change that in our lives and every situation. So time to pull back and go into solitude, I think, and kind of figure out, what you want to do, and what you need to move away from. So that's all I have. Bye.